first half. Feels like the Harrisburg Tigers have come out and have the foot a little bit more, or their finger a little bit more on the pulse of this match.
Yeah, I think Coach Byer, he's happy with what he's seeing. He's probably wishing he could have at least one of those two real dangerous opportunities to get the goal. But they've had the run of play. They've had the dangerous opportunities. Pierre just hasn't settled into this game yet, and you keep giving the Ryan Byer coach team enough opportunities. Sooner or later, they're going to put it in the net, and then again, you're playing from behind. And the difference between playing from behind against everyone else and Coach Ryan Byer is Coach Ryan Byer has taught these guys how to win with a one goal lead. So now whether or not they have the talent to pull it off, that's yet to be determined. But I know he knows how to coach those games really well. So Governors need to settle in. They need to take advantage of the width that they own and take advantage of the speed and size that they have out there on the field.
After 25 years in high school soccer, Ryan Byer taking on a new challenge in his second year as the Harrisburg head coach, trying to instill a winning culture. And it's one of those things, as we mentioned, that just takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, especially when you're playing some top-tier talent week in and week out.
Yeah, and you're talking about taking over. The coach before Ryan was Coach Amber Bryden, and Amber had a completely different style of play that she wanted to play with this group. And Ryan has come in, and he's it's taking time. It's going to take time, but you can see it. They're starting to get it, and the more they get it, the more dangerous they're going to become as the season goes on.
And you can even see it through this 5-game losing streak. I mean, it's easy to look at a schedule and see 5 losses in a row and say, well, this team isn't very good. But you look at their past couple games against a 5-1-1 T area. They lost 2-0. Before that, they lost 1-0 to an Aberdeen Central team that sits at 7-1 on the season. Their last 2 losses came to a 5-3 Sioux Falls, Washington, and a 5-2-1 Watertown team. Both of those losses by 2 goals. So they're in all of these games against opponents with very strong winning records.
Yeah, and that's just what you can see. He's trying to build that, style of play where they.
As Jacoby LaRoche sends a set piece in, that was just a little bit too far out in front of a couple Governors down there crashing down in front of the net. But back to Chris Derry and the point he was making.
Yeah, you can just tell it's a style of play. Hey, we're gonna control the game. We're gonna possess it. If you watch that Aberdeen game, they did have a lot of possession in there. They had some opportunities. Aberdeen was just a better team. Deserved to win the game, no questions about it, but they were in the game, and that's part of the growth process is if we're in these games, now we need to figure out how to win these games.
James Hart has checked in here for the Govs. This one being rolled forward, now taken away by Harrisburg. Going to turn and roll it back towards his back line. Caden Aharts finds Lucas Height. Been a pretty easy-going day for Josh Jimenez, and, Carter Templeton can't really say the same. Carter Templeton's been thrust into some situations where he's had to make some pretty tough saves, and he's done so with ease. It's been a highlight the first half here for the Pierre Governors. Govs still looking for that Rounds Financial Services right on the money highlight. We really haven't had anybody step out in front to be the front runner for our Cowboy Country Stores player of the game. We'll break down this whole first half for you in our Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial Halftime Show. We want to give a big shout out to all the fans that have made their way out here today. Big crowd on hand. Hoping to see the Governors at least take one of these varsity games away from the Tigers. Governor girls losing 2-0 in a physical battle, as Harrisburg girls have still yet to allow a goal on this regular season. This one is just cleared out by Carter Norton. Wakes up some of the varsity girls players that are sitting on their bench and chit-chatting, watching the younger squad of girls play. This one thrown in off the chest of Tegan Ryan. This will roll back towards Aiden Bass. He'll just clear it back towards midfield. Giving chase towards that is a couple other Governors. That was actually James Hart who was kicking it forward for Aiden Bass, as Alex Oda Chaos goes sliding down to the turf. This one will be pushed out of bounds by the Tigers, and now the Governors will have it deep in Harrisburg territory.
Yeah, and we'll see how this that little water break. Coach Sean had his boy's ear the whole time.
And a big shot, a diving save made by Josh Jimenez off the foot of Jacoby LaRoche. Stays with the Govs. Another shot coming in, but a whistle beforehand. And Sean Blanchette fired up after that one, but a beautiful save diving to his left by Josh Jimenez on the double bouncer by Jacoby LaRoche.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, I'm going to be interested to see how the boys come out. He had the boys in tight, giving them some advice on how they need to pick it up, how they need to attack this team, and what you just heard right there. We get a shot, let's crash the goal, and Sean's fired up. We'll see if the team reacts.
Two really passionate coaches in Josh Beyer and Sean Blanchette. I think that's so important to a team, not only for the Governors, who have a lot of talent and a lot of returning guys that understand the passion of Blanchette, but also for Beyer, who is actively trying to turn this program around. As a loose ball out in front, Carter Templeton with another diving save, putting his body on the line, and he stops the Ryland Ends advancement. That one had to hurt Templeton as he's slow to get up, but wow, what a play from Carter Templeton. 2 saves in as many tries, and he stops Ryland Ends from surely putting the first goal in the back of the net. And I'm done. I'm giving it up. That's our Rounds Financial Services right on the money highlight. Carter Templeton just throwing his body in front of the foot of Ryland Ends and making an unbelievable save.
Yeah, absolutely great save, and that's definitely going to be up there on the highlight reel for him for this season. That he made the initial save. It slipped through his hands. He turned, dove off of his right foot, extended out, and got his hands on the next ball. And that's the advantage of being a big keeper with a lot of reach like that, is you can't coach it. And hopefully Carter's saves here fire up the team to out in front of him to, hey, I can't keep doing this for the entire game. We need to put some balls in the back of the net.
Well, it sure fired up Sean Blanchette. And Carter Templeton, I don't say this in a disparaging manner, Templeton does take up a lot of that frame, and that's something that is welcome for Sean Blanchette, and he used just about all of his frame to block that Ryland End shot. As Carter Norton will send it across midfield, another full serving of substitutions coming for the Tigers. 5 new players set to check back in on the next whistle. Kalen Moen will calm it down and push it in. Centered, bouncing out in front. Opportunity here for the Tigers, but Templeton gets to it before the Tigers could. Templeton will hold on to it, survey.
And this is exactly what, if I'm coaching Carter, this is exactly what I'm telling him. Hey, let's calm this down a little bit. We've had 2 shots back to back on this here. Let's build some pressure forward. Let's get numbers forward here.
This is rolled back the direction of Liam Weedy. Weedy will push forward back towards midfield, gets it to Tegan Ryan. Ryan dumping it back to Stephen Lamont. Eli Hutton and Stephen Lamont, as we mentioned, the 2 captains. Josh Beyer says both great senior leaders, both lead by example, great character. Exactly what you're looking for in a captain. Comes a long play through. We'll roll back towards Templeton Hillfield. Just about 11 minutes to play here in the first half. There's been a lot of action. No goals to count for either team, though, here in the first half. Always feels like in these, guys just kind of feeling each other out through the first 20 minutes or so, and then things get going. And here comes a push by Everett Norton. He was trying to knife through a couple Tiger defenders, but that back line stands strong. James Hart going to take this one away. Good first touch there by Caden Aharts, but nobody around to field it.
Yeah, and you can see every time Harrisburg gets the ball, for the people who are watching on TV, on the live stream here, you can see every time they get the ball, they pass it back, they take it away from pressure, they transition it to the other side of the field. It's definitely, as someone who's known Coach Ryan Beyer for a long time, it's definitely his style of play. So it's fun to watch. It's infuriating to play against.
And Ryan Byer, he does it all himself. He's got a notepad over there that's got a full sheet of handwriting on it. And a dive out of the way. What a play by the official. As that one was headed right for the noggin, and he hit the deck hard, and he even got a high five from one of the Governor Faithful over there. I'll tell you what, I can't tell who that was. I think it was David Grantham or Jeff Peterson.
Jeff Peterson.
But Jeff Peterson is, well, he's not a high school athlete anymore, I'll just say that, but he sure looked like one rolling out of the way, so much so that he even had to dap up a fan who thought it was as equally as impressive. I don't know. We already used our Rounds Financial Services right on the money highlight, but Jeff Peterson wanting to get in on the action as well. Loose ball out in front of the Harrisburg net will be popped back out of harm's way and will be played back towards midfield. Cut off. Nicely done by Lucas Height. You know, we've got the sun to look back into, Chris, but we've also got a full staff of Harrisburg Tigers to try to peek through here. It looks like we've got a set piece of our own that we're trying to kick on net. And a brigade of Tigers that are finally allowed to check back into the game. Too many to name. 5 new Tigers checking in. Hekmat Ghaznavi will check in for the Governors.
And this is what Ryan does. He builds a team that has a lot of depth so a lot of guys can play. He subs guys. This is this regular season where, you know, yeah, you want to win and lose, but you also want to develop that team to get ready for the playoffs. And the more depth you can develop, the better. And you're seeing with his platoon subbing here, him getting a lot of guys a lot of time.
And a lot of fresh legs that get to check into the match as well. One of those things, too, maybe you can kind of afford maybe 2 differing styles of plays between these 2 different platoons. This one is centered, popped high up into the Pierre sky. Out in front of the Harrisburg net. Governors attacking from right to left. If you're listening, driving around the state capitol or on the outskirts, Harrisburg attacking from left to right on your radio dial. That pass cut off by Pertel Allegre and pushed forward, trying to find Alex Otakoven cutting across, but it gets to Josh Jimenez first. Liam Weedy will push it forward. Sean Blanchette calling for the takeaway line to come forward. This one will fall back into the back 40 of the Tigers and now brought back across midfield. Pushed forward. Riker Upton, who's made some noise here in the first half, will try to run through, and that one pushed across and goes off the backside of the Pierre Governor Kinsley Pfeffer.
Yeah, and what Coach Sean is talking about out there, he's telling them to take away the line. They're trying to get the ball wide, so he's trying to tell Hekmat Ghaznavi, take away that pass to allow them to get wide and force them up the middle where Jacoby and Caden and his players are. So he's trying to keep them narrow instead of letting them get wide, because when they get wide, they've been dangerous, getting it in the middle and then back out wide again. So he's trying to take away their pattern of how they want to play. And for those who follow soccer, there's a lot of different ways to play, but a lot of coaches have a pattern to how they build out of the back, and Coach Ryan's no different. He's got a pattern how he wants to build out.
And he also wants to see, does Sean Blanchette, his outside lines get a little speed and be able to turn something back towards the front of the net. As we are under 10 minutes to play here in the first half, still no score on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Tell you what's funny is it seems like there was more physicality in the girls' game than there was the boys' game. And Chris and I always say this, if you think that soccer is not a physical sport, well, you should just go back and watch that Harrisburg versus Governor girls matchup. They're not afraid to mix it up. Neither are these guys, but that's a foot to the head right there. As James Hart wears a cleat from Riker Upton up high, and a stern warning from Dan Thielsen there.
Yeah, he's given them unsporting behavior. I would have preferred to see a dangerous play and a warning there, but he's the referee, and so far has done a good job of controlling the match. So he's letting the players play, but he's talking to them too, which is what you want to see.
Yeah, James Hart was going up for a header, and the right foot of Riker Upton met the head of Hart. But that got sorted out. Governor's on the push here. Lucas Height out in front. Shot deflected away and now kicked and booted a mile out of play. So much so it goes up into those tall trees back behind the net. And that one was on an upward trajectory. If it weren't for that tree, that'd be still bouncing along the street back behind the Pilk. Jimenez clears it. Alegre heads it. Trying to settle it down is Caden Aharts. It's picked up by the Tigers and pushed forward. Another scoring opportunity showing itself here for the Tigers. Andre Sengos with a shot, but it's saved by Templeton.
And Carter will take those all day.
Yeah, I was going to say that was an easier save for Templeton than I think he was expecting. And Aharts will push it forward. Cut off nicely by Liam Weedy. James Hart and Upton going back at it again. Now it's up to Sengos and Norton to battle it out. That one will be kicked out of play. Stephen Lamont will check into this game for the Tigers. Throw in coming, dumped in quickly. Lamont checked in. He's tripped up by James Hart. No whistle. Down into the corner. Another body goes tumbling to the ground for the Tigers. This time Riker Upton, and he will get the whistle.
Yeah, James Hart tried to get his leg in there and get the ball and missed the ball and got his feet. So now a dangerous free kick for the Tigers. It's going to be a ball right across the 6, and it's going to be a lot of people crashing. We'll see what Harrisburg has up their sleeve for this. It'll be Upton taking it from the near side. High twirling trajectory kick on its way. Headed out by Alegre. Settled down by the Tigers, but blocked by Ghaznavi. Roll all the way back to Liam Weedy. He'll pop it in. It's popped up into the sky. Bounces in front of Sengos. Still battling for the loose ball. And now Lucas Height will come in, clean it up, and boot it about halfway to Pressure. Yeah, Lucas was done with that play. And how could you tell, Chris? Yeah, he was done with it. He just wants to get it out there. Hey, let's get set up and get organized here. And sometimes as a center back, that's kind of what you just got to do. You just got to say, hey, we need to get reorganized here and calm down.
3.5 to play and counting in the first half. Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial Halftime Show coming up after this final 3 minutes and change. Liam Weedy will dump it back forward for Riker Upton. Tries to get the give and go inside. Norton cutting that off. Plagued back across by Henrik. James Hart out in front. Riker Upton in the corner. Bounces one off. And I better look out for that nice rental car out there. Did not pick up the damage coverage on that one when I hit that deer with my sweet Tacoma. This is me just killing time in between the throw-in, which finally comes in here. We'll bounce all the way to Carter Templeton. He'll field it cleanly.
I think many people can relate to the deer story, though.
Including another family from the Pierre Governors. I don't know if they want their laundry out, so I won't say any names, but another Pierre Governor family member hitting a deer with their car. So good to know I'm not the only one. Battling is Lucas Height down on the far side with Andre Sengos. Height will turn around, boot it back towards midfield. Played by Everett Norton. Turned and forced forward for Aiden Bass. Bass with pace to the far side corner. He's cut off, and now a couple bodies go tumbling down. Rylan Enns got in front of Bass and just kind of blocked his forward motion from getting free. And we'll see what the final assessment on this one is.
He's given a foul to Harrisburg, called a foul on Aiden Bass for pushing from behind. Just a simple, Aiden didn't have a choice. If he didn't push him, he was going to stumble over the top of him. So just take the foul. 100 yards away from your goal, it's perfectly fine.
And credit Rylan Enns, too, for taking a good angle to get in front of Aiden Bass on that. As James Hart will direct it back in his offense's direction. Played down by Oda Coven. Dumped back towards Aharts. Aharts trying to work his way through the Harrisburg defense. He's tripped up by Eli Hutton. And that'll set up a free kick in danger territory for the Tigers, and a good opportunity has presented itself here for Pierre in the final couple minutes of this first half.
Yeah, this is a great spot for Jacoby. He can chip it, he can drive it. Just depends on what he's feeling out there.
About 40 yards outside of the Tiger goal is Jacoby LaRoche as he sets up the set piece. 4 blockers for the Tigers in front of LaRoche. LaRoche approaches. Low twirling kick just off the mark as it's wide on the near side of us. Kicking from right to left was LaRoche. Good opportunity, a good thought. Jimenez happy to watch that one sail wide.
Yeah, Jacoby had two choices there, and I don't blame him for taking the shot. You know, hey, we haven't had much, we haven't challenged his keeper enough. Let's challenge him. And unfortunately, the shot wasn't on frame, but it was a good idea.
So one of these two teams just looking to try to strike first in the last couple minutes here. See if anybody can prevail. There's the whistle, and there is the end of the first half. So we welcome you into the Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial Halftime Show. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll recap all the first half action. Still scoreless here at the Pilk. Our fourth and final half coming up here from our doubleheader on River 92.7 and streaming on drgnews.com.
Graham Tire and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Buying or selling a home is a big decision. You need an expert who knows the market and gets results. Scott Darnall at Lee Real Estate in Pierre brings experience, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense approach to help you navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
In a world that's always moving, your journey matters. And at Iverson Auto Group, we're here to get you on the road with a great selection of new and used vehicles and trailers, and keep you on the road with top-notch service, maintenance, and support. Every mile of your journey, the experienced team at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron are here to help. Visit us in Mitchell and Huron or start your search at iversonauto.com to begin your journey today.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, built building partnerships for life.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Being local means more than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us, supporting the organizations that empower the next generation of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Hey Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Josh Jimenez, the Tiger goalkeeper, and Carter Templeton, the Governor goalkeeper. As we wait on our official whistle, and we are good to go. Governors will be attacking from left to right to start this second half if you're listening on River 92.7 in the car. As this one will pop around, the Tigers will start with the second half possession. Justin Cowart alongside Chris Derry. William Wilson back in the studio. Caleb Rosick on the camera. This one is centered out in front over a couple Governor heads. Finally coming to rest there for Riker Upton. His second good scoring opportunity is stopped again by Carter Templeton. Another great save from Templeton keeps the Tigers off the board.
Yeah, and Carter again off his line, cutting down the angle, making a save look. He made a save that looked really good, but was really easy because of how far off his line he was. So, you know, the boys can't misjudge those bouncy balls like that. They need to judge those flighted balls a little bit better and not allow for those free shots on Carter, because Carter's doing a great job of stopping everything so far. But, you know, let's not keep hanging on to the fact that Carter's stopping everything. We need to help him out and put a goal in.
See if that Governor offense and some of those halftime adjustments made by Sean Blanchette can come through. Tell you what, those clouds up ahead have come through and blocked out some of that sunlight, casting a comfortable shade across the Pilk as this one bounces a couple times and gets all the way back to Josh Jimenez. Jimenez will boot this one forward. We've seen some strong kicking from both goalkeepers here this afternoon. And with the clouds kind of rolling in front, that breeze has subsided a bit as this one bounces back behind Carter Norton. Riker Upton will get to this loose ball, but he lost it for the moment, turned around, and Carter Norton was chasing it down. But we've got a whistle, and we've got a card. This is Tegan Ryan, who's been dealt a yellow card by our center official, Dan Thielsen. This was way away from the play, only by about 40 yards or so, and Tegan Ryan kind of had his hands up thinking, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, and to be honest, I wasn't looking to see what the play was, what had happened. But,
I don't think anybody except for Thielsen was. I think everybody had their eyes on the battle going on between Riker Upton and Carter Norton. Back off to the left of Carter Templeton. So an interesting development there. Tegan Ryan exits. And now we've got the whistle and we're back in play. Ryan Byer is now asking for some help from... And now Thielsen has told Ryan Byer absolutely no more. Byer is wanting an explanation. Thielsen not wanting to give it. He says no more. And so we're just trying to... and now Ryan Byer has earned a yellow card. So 2 concurrent yellow cards back to back. One for Tegan Ryan and one for Ryan Byer. So this is quite the conversation being had between head coach Ryan Byer and Thielsen, and I almost started talking a little softer when Thielsen looked my direction, Chris Derry. And we're going to keep the commentary to a slight chatter right here because our center official, Thielsen, just told Ryan Byer if he wants to stay around, he's got to be quiet. And now Ryan Byer also talking to the side official, David Grantham. And things have tightened up a little bit here, Chris.
Yeah, I was just trying to, I apologize for being quiet there. I was trying to listen to what Dave was telling him and what Ryan was arguing about. And what Ryan was asking him was, he's trying to figure out, he's asking him, what are you calling here, so he can instruct his players. The players are trying to figure out what kind of game. Dave said, you've heard me say that before on previous games, the ref is going to show you what kind of game he wants to see. And that's what Ryan was asking, is, what kind, the players are confused. We do not know what you're giving us, what you're calling. And Dave, out there in the middle, told him he didn't want to hear any more out of him, didn't want any more commentary, and ultimately the referee has the final call of it. He's got the whistle. He says, be quiet. You got to be quiet.
Yeah, and we were both trying to stay somewhat quiet there, as to kind of get the full scope of that exchange between official and head coach. That it is maybe not been explained for Ryan Byer, but the final words between those two, because we were reporting the conversation, as Byer looked at the side official and said, you heard all of it. I will be talking with the state about that, and that is that, as we play on. As Riker Upton trying to chase this one down on the far side, gets down into the corner, turns the corner, coming back towards the middle, centered out in front. What a play there for the Pierre Governors. Jacoby LaRoche, as he cut that centering pass off in its tracks, plays it forward for Caden Aharts. Aharts running out of room as that one's turned and played out by Rylan Enns. Quick throw in from Aharts. Gets it in quickly to Alex Otakoven, who gives it back to Aharts. Aharts turning the corner along the end line. Centered out in front, deflected away by Enns, and we'll have a corner kick coming up. I believe the first corner kick of the game for the Governors.
Yeah, I believe it is, and that's that right there. That's what the Governors need to do: get the ball out wide, attack them from the width, and then drive towards that near post and see what you can create by making the keeper or the defender make a decision.
So Jacoby LaRoche right at home, taking the kick from the near side corner, twirling it in off the head of James Hart, and well, the opposite direction from the net. They tried to clear it out, did the Tigers. Bertel Alegre will stop that advance for the moment, and he'll have it stolen away by Stephen Lamont. And we got another whistle. And a foul going against the Governors, an explanation for Eli Hutton.
Yeah, and right now Dave is trying to show everyone, hey, everyone need to calm down. The little stuff away from the ball's got to stop, and that's what he called right there. That's the reason why he didn't let the advantage play on. He wanted to make a point of that call, that he's done with the stuff away from the ball, the little extra oomph after the ball has left.
Well, it certainly is not the first game these guys have officiated, so they certainly know what they're doing out there.
Correct.
And they know how to keep command of a game. And sometimes it takes a little stern talking to sometimes to make sure that these games stay between the white lines.
Yeah, a lot of people want to criticize the referees, myself included. I've done plenty of it. But if you just look at it from their point of view of, hey, we're trying to stop the little stuff before it turns into big stuff, that's exactly what you want as a player. Hey, we want to decide the game. We don't want the referee to decide it. So, they're understanding what he's calling. Now let's just play within those confines.
Well, Nicole Hubdestead did a great job of that in the girls' varsity match, where she said, hey, we're going to stop this right now. We're not going to let this escalate. And that's what our officiating crew is doing here in the boys' match, and doing a good job of it. I've seen 2 yellow cards, both earned by the Harrisburg Tigers. That was Tegan Ryan and Ryan Byer, the head coach. But you know what? Sometimes, and Ryan Byer, this isn't his first game coaching either. He's been around this for 26 years. So he knows about how far he can push the envelope before it gets too far. As this one's played forward. Nice feed as Caden Ahart's chasing it down, trying to turn the corner. Shot just wide as it goes past the far side post. Caden Ahart showing off some outstanding speed and outstanding strength, working against Tegan Ryan down there. Or excuse me, that was Kaylin Moen that he was working against. But Caden Ahart's with one of the first really good looks here for the Governors offensively.
Yeah, and you're watching a little bit of them growing into this game. The second half turnaround that we've talked about with the Governors every game. So far, there's been not 1, not 2, but 3 or 4 dangerous opportunities from the Governors in the second half, and they keep pushing it. That goal is going to come, but they just got to keep their foot on the gas.
And from the outside looking in, you won't be impressed by this Harrisburg record, but you will be impressed by the way that they play the game. And that's a credit to Ryan Byer and the culture he's trying to instill for the Tigers. And for the most part, here is we don't have an official look at the clock. It's about 33 minutes to go here in the second half, but Bayer's team has pretty much controlled this thing from start to this point. They've done a nice job of quieting one of the most potent offenses in the Pierre Governors. Pierre has scored 4 goals in their last 3 matches, as this one's out in front for the moment, directed away by the Tigers and Kalen Moen. This will be rolled forward from Miles Wright. Tried to find Andre Sengos. It was cut off by Pertel Alegre, rolled up to Hekmat Ghaznavi. Ghaznavi with a too strong of a touch, and it gets to Kalen Moen. Moen plays it forward for Sengos. Sengos trying to center, cut off by Norton, popped up by the thigh, still out in front of the Governor net. Shot on goal, deflected away by the backside of Cale Schrake. First time we've said Schrake's name today, and he made a nice play to make a easy save setup for Carter Templeton, who made it cleanly and rolled it forward. Norton now with it along that back line for the Govs, kicks it across midfield. Played on the first touch there by Rylan Enns, colliding with Alex Odakoven. Odakoven again colliding with his teammate, and both are down. Not good for the Governors. Looks like he collided with Everett Norton, and it's Alex Odakoven and Norton writhing in pain. And they're going to call for a stoppage of play and call for the Avera medical team to come out and check on Alex Odakoven. So we'll step away for the Coca-Cola bottling timeout. We'll check on it for this 60-second break. We'll step away while they tend to the injured Governor.
Hi, this is Leslie Iceberg, your new real estate consultant at Kathy Sunshine Properties. As a local business owner, mother, and grandmother, I know our community and our market. Our team combines local knowledge with extensive training to give you 51 years of superior service. Whether you're buying or selling, contact me or any of our professional agents at 224-5588 or stop by and see us at 301 Capitol. Let Kathy Sunshine Properties help your next move be the right one.
Auto Parts store in the Pierre-Fort Pierre area has been serving Central South Dakota for over 40 years. They're a trusted name when it comes to automotive parts and supplies. Their knowledgeable staff is dedicated to assisting you in finding exactly what you need. Convenience is also a top priority. They're located at 500 Sioux Avenue, Zander Auto Parts. They support area youth in their activities. When you need auto parts or supplies, shop Zander Auto Parts, your auto value parts store.
Well, we apologize. The injury timeout did not take the full 60 seconds. Good to see Alex Odakoven up and off the pitch. But in that break, the Harrisburg Tigers and Miles Wright scored the game's first goal in a quick turn of events. Sorry, folks, that we missed that one while we were in break. But the Harrisburg Tigers have taken a 1-0 lead on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard.
Yeah, and it was one of those moments there where the ball, it was a weird bounce on the ball. Pertel Alegre got caught in an awkward position. Carter got caught in an awkward position. Ball bounced, did a little backspin, and Carter had to back up real quick. And as soon as he took the steps backwards, beautifully placed ball as far to the far post as you can get it, hitting the far post inside and going in. So great placement by him, but one of those weird bounces again that you hate to see happen, but has happened.
So the Tigers with a 1-0 lead here in the second half, as we'll take a quick peek. About 30 minutes or so to play. Things have kind of bogged down with a couple of yellow cards and some injury timeouts in the second half, which we had no stoppages. Hekmat Ghaznavi trying to even it up, centered out in front, and the deflection sails just wide for Caden Aharts.
Good job by Hekmat, going after that ball, not giving up on it, giving a little center pass, and Caden did whatever he could to flick him, try to put it on frame, just went a little wide.
So Jimenez will clear it out. Back towards midfield, off the head, and back in the wrong direction for the Govs. Andre Sengos going one-on-one out in front. He'll feed it off, and a diving save by Carter Templeton. We'll wait to see the number turn. That was Riker Upton with another dangerous shot on goal. Templeton diving off to his left to make the save. And Now Carter Norton is down and grasping at his left ankle. And Hekmat Ghaznavi will check out. Good to see Alex Odakoven checking back into the game. A quick wrap job on that left knee. Ghaznavi will check out. Aiden Bass will check out, who checked in for Odakoven on the injury.
Yeah, and Carter and the Harrisburg player both run after the ball, and I think their legs got tangled up. And if I'm guessing Carter Norton kind of got cleated on that back calf and Achilles area.
And Wyatt Nicholson will check in for Norton as he hobbles off. So a couple key Governor players sustaining some slight, we hope, injuries here in the second half. And the Tigers leading 1-0 on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Carter Templeton with a whale of a kick way past midfield and down into the Tiger defensive territory, but it's taken away by Harrisburg. Rolled forward for Miles Wright. Booted way back towards Josh Jimenez, and well, that one will careen off his chest, and Alex Odakoven will come pressure, and Jimenez will just drop down in his bunker.
Being smart, got the ball, take a little time off the clock. I think now you're going to see Harrisburg manage the clock and manage the game as best they can. I'm going to guess Ryan's going to be happy with this 1-goal lead. If they get another one, great. But he's gonna sit there and go, our defense is better than your attack, and Pierre's going to have to do something they haven't done all game. They're going to have to break them down and get in and get dangerous and challenge Jimenez.
Yeah, and Ryan Byer, no stranger to these close games. Of course, the one that they came out on the winning end of was their first game of the season against Mitchell, and they won that 2-0. And I'm sure, of course, Sean Blanchette not going to falter, not going to get away from his game plan just yet. As this one is beautifully played. Jacoby LaRoche had the ball taken off at the top of his foot. Harrisburg pressing again. Out in front, and a nice defensive play there by Wyatt Nicholson, stepping in front of the shot attempt for the Harrisburg Tigers, and that'll turn the possession back to Pierre.
Yeah, they had an offsides. He had taken off and gotten ahead of the play a little bit.
27 minutes and some change for the Tigers to hold on for their first win since August. And plenty of time for the Governors to find the equalizer, as we'll see Tegan Ryan come off the bench for the first time since his yellow card. Short break for Hekmat Ghaznavi as he's set to check back in, as is Carter Norton. Templeton surveying, and he'll kick it away. Low line drive kick over the foot of Jacoby LaRoche. Makes it all the way back to Stephen Lamont. LaRoche has got it at midfield, tried to play it forward, but it rattled off the arm of Joseph Blaha. Sangos has got it for the Tigers. He pushes it forward from Miles Wright. Wright chasing it down along that end line. Just barely saves it. Had to go sliding down to get to it. It was picked up by Nicholson, who started pressing it forward, but Nicholson was tackled. No ball contact there.
No, and the intensity's picked up a little bit now.
Certainly has.
Pierre's finding out this dogfight is right here in front of them. They need to come out and show some teeth a little bit and get into it.
Sean Blanchette wanting his team to pick up the intensity a little bit. Beautiful juggle along the sideline by Caden Aharts. Settled down by Nicholson at midfield. Breaks through one defender. Given off to Everett Norton. Broken free by Nicholson. Picked up by Moen, played forward. Moen finding Sengos along the near sideline out in front of the Tiger bench. Nicholson with a nice steal. And a whistle. Looks like this will be a throw-in for the Harrisburg Tigers. They're going to say that touch by Nicholson was out of bounds. Kalen Moen will throw it in here for Harrisburg. stretch out that left calf and just trying to kill a couple seconds here and there with each and every little movement.
Yeah, like I said, manage the clock, manage the game, and I can tell you, they're not. They know how to do it. All these players, not only because it's Ryan Byer's system, but also because they played a lot of soccer year round, and all of them know, hey, 5 seconds here, 10 seconds here, it adds up.
It surely
over
does,
half.
especially as the minutes start to tick away here for the Govs, and the Tigers and Miles Wright will set up a corner kick here from the near side, and that's just part of the game. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all strategy. As Wright sends one in over the outstretched arms of Carter Templeton out to Stephen Lamont. Lamont with a shot that was deflected away and bounces right to Templeton. Not sure if that was deflected or a bit of a mistouch by Lamont. It was going to be a tough one-timer for Stephen. But Templeton got to it. Still a 1-0 lead for Harrisburg as this one's picked up by Aharts. Aharts trying to knife through a couple defenders, and it's just cleared out by Liam Weedy. And that was dangerous for Harrisburg. Caden Aharts, so strong.
He had a beat on the goal there.
He sure did, and just a great ball handler. Tell you what, the Tigers, though we were in break, were fired up. We do want to apologize to our Harrisburg crowd that missed that goal because we were in break. It was a scary collision between a couple Govs, and Alex Sotokoven got the worst of it. He was up and back out onto the pitch a few minutes later, and he's got the ball here for Pierre. Bounced back towards midfield. Lucas Height off the head. Hekmat Ghaznavi with a little bit of space. Now gets to work out in front of the box. And he'll have it taken away. Good defense there by the Tigers. Cleared out by Stephen Lamont. Tigers press forward. Low line drive kick. Gonna bounce all the way back to Carter Templeton.
And you can hear Coach Ryan over there. He's telling them, hold it up, in and out. Bring your players forward. Bring your players into the play here. So even in this right now, he's telling them, let's build with numbers. Let's build with strength.
Nice play by Tegan Ryan to strip it away from Lucas Height. Here comes another opportunity. Shot on goal. Riker Upton diving, saved by Templeton. Seems like Groundhog Day. That's been the 4th time that Riker Upton has had a shot on goal, and Templeton's made a gorgeous save. One of those was our Rounds Financial Services right on the money highlight. Might even be in Hermanson Entodontics' big play of the game. We'll see. Tegan Ryan still pushing forward for the Tigers. Miles Wright centers it in front. Shot a goal by Upton. We've got an offside against the Tigers. And that'll earn the possession back for the Govs. What do the Govs need to do here to try to keep pressing the issue? Do they need to change anything up in their game plan? Or do they just need to keep the course and trust what they do will work?
Well, it's one of those things. You have to trust in your players, trust in your system. But at the same token, so far what's happened this entire game hasn't worked real well. So throw something at them that they're not expecting, and maybe that's pushing more numbers forward. Maybe that's changing. So far what's happened this entire game hasn't worked real well. So throw something at them that they're not expecting, and maybe that's pushing more numbers forward. Maybe that's changing some guys up.
And coming for the Tigers, and one thing with this shade and cooler air that's blown through, we might not get a water break here in the second half. I'm not sure if they are required to do 2. If they do one in the first half, they have to do it in the second half. The reason I bring that up takes away another ability for Sean Blanchette to make some adjustments with his team.
Yeah, under NFHS rules, I'm not 100% sure what the requirements are in U.S. youth games. If they do a water break in the first half, they have to do one in the second half. But high school soccer is under NFHS, and there's a few different spins to the way they manage games. So they may not have to do one. I'm not 100% sure, but so far hasn't done anything.
Well, we are going to find out soon enough. We're about 21 minutes and 15 seconds or so to play left in the second half. That water break would come up within the next 2 minutes around that time. So we'll see what the decision of the officials is. Sean Blanchette would absolutely love another opportunity to talk to his team. Jacoby LaRoche at midfield with it. 3 along that back line for the Govs. Forced forward. As it kind of just pinballs and tennises back and forth, Patel Allegre touching it forward for his teammate Lucas Height. Still bouncing back and forth. Finally settled down by Eli Hutton. Hutton plays it forward. Tigers in the near side corner, and Patel Allegre cuts that off and deflects it out of play, but it'll be another Tiger corner kick. And another opportunity for Harrisburg to add to this 1-0 lead on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard.
One thing Pierre does need to do is they need to get the ball out of their defensive half and just keep it down here in the offensive half. Switch their points of attack. Switch it from side to side. Find the opening, find the overload, find the numbers up advantage, and take advantage of it.
Easier said than done, but a great point made by Chris Derry. Stephen Lamont will take the corner from the near side. Low twirling kick. Rifles through a couple bodies. Gets back to Carter Norton, who pops it way up into now a sun-filled sky. Popped up off the head of Aiden Bass, and now it'll be Hekmat Ghaznavi trying to move it forward, but a beautiful slide tackle by Rylan ends that scoring possibility for the Govs. Controlled again by Harrisburg. Back in the defensive half for the Govs. Strong steal by Cale Shrake, and Shrake will throw it off the back of a Tiger. And they're still just going back and forth. Harrisburg making it very difficult for the Govs to get any sort of momentum and get the ball into their offensive half. This one pushed forward. Back trailing for it was Aiden Bass. He'll get to it, throw it out in front of the net, but nobody was there to claim it. Alex Odakoven was in the area, but far too in front of him to make a play. And we've got a whistle, and we have got our answer. It is a water break facilitated by our officials and a Coca-Cola bottling timeout. So we'll step away for 60 seconds. We'll come back with the final 20 or so minutes of play in the second half. Tigers lead the Govs 1-0 here in Game 2 of our doubleheader on River 92.7.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Getting ready to head out to the game or getting back afterwards? DJ Senix is a must before or after your travels. DJ Senix has a great selection of hot and cold snacks. They're second to none for your choice of hot or cold beverages too. And when you're heading out, be sure to fuel up with quality from the pumps at DJ's with 3 different grades. Back late? No problem. DJ's features pay at the pump convenience 24 hours a day. DJ Senix, 507 West Sioux and Pierre. Your choice for quality service and selection.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Stay the course, is what he said over here. So I think you're seeing a little bit of, one coach is keeping his group calm. We're doing everything we want to do. The other coach is saying, we haven't done anything we wanted to do right now, and it's time to either show some fight or, get out. So, and I know Sean wants to see his team show some fight, and when they show fight, they're dangerous. So I hope to see this last 20 minutes be as exciting as it can be.
Sean Blanchett has always talked about the will to want to win. We'll see if the Governors can dig down deep. We know his halftime adjustments are elite. We'll see if his Coca-Cola bottling timeouts can be just as strong. So we're going to be thrown in and controlled by the Governors. Cale Shrake with it here as it's stolen away momentarily. Tigers leading 1-0 on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Officially under 19 minutes to play here in the match. As Aiden Bass has come in and really offered some good-looking fresh legs for the Governors here. Patel Allegre with a nice steal as the Governors push forward. A little bit too far out in front of Everett Norton. And the Governors just don't seem like they have that offense clicking like we've seen in their past couple of home games.
No, and right there, Patellegre was driving in the middle looking for Odukoven to make a run, and Odukoven was hidden behind the defender. He needed to make that run out in front of the defender and help Patellegre open up that slicing run through the middle.
Ball will be out of bounds off the foot of Carter Norton down on the far side, back in the Governor's defensive half. So throw in coming here for Harrisburg. Harrisburg perfectly content with taking their time. They've got the Governors seemingly right where they want them. You know, they'd love an extra goal, add a little bit of an insurance piece to it, but here comes an opportunity for the Governors as Caden Ahart steals it away, and he's one-on-one working against Rylan Enns. Help coming for the Tigers. Odukoven now with it out in front. Rolls it to Aiden Bass, but it was back behind him as he was cutting forward. It'll stay with the Govs. Nice feed inside and booted out of play by Eli Hutton. And it'll be a throw-in from just north of the near side flag in the corner for the Govs. Throwing in will be Everett Norton. Centered out in front of the semicircle and booted high into the sky by Liam Weedy. Bounces forward, controlled by the Tigers as they push. And it's taken away by the Govs.
I would love to have seen Caden right there change his angle a little bit and cut in front of that defender and force a foul or an easy shot on goal.
Here they come again. This one is deflected away nicely by the back line of the Tigers and rolls to Josh Jimenez, who lays on top of it for a couple extra seconds for good measure. He'll walk forward, survey, drop and kick. Played off the thigh of Lucas Height. Hekmat Ghaznavi now controlling, working hard on Tegan Ryan. This one's ping-ponging back and forth at midfield. Settled down for the moment by the Tigers and out of play. And it'll stay with Harrisburg.
Yep, just got a little bit, tried to get in there, reach in for the ball, and end up getting him, but you know, a little bit more aggressiveness here by the Governors right out of the huddle here. So maybe Sean got through to him with this little break. Maybe that is what they needed to get what they need to get going.
Like that fire a little bit. Liam Weedy with the free kick from midfield gets all the way back to Carter Templeton. Careen back across midfield. Aiden Bass in a full-out sprint trying to chase it down. Dumped back towards midfield by Rylan Enns. And this is what Ryan Byer wants to see. The ball right here in between the two halves. Back and forth with no elongated possessions by the Pierre Governors. Like, this is kind of the exact script that the entire Harrisburg coaching staff was hoping to see.
Yeah, right now Ryan has got to feel real good about where this game stands, where his team stands, how they've played this entire game. They really haven't. I've just sitting here thinking about it. I can't name really one time during this game that there has been a dangerous shot on Jimenez where he's had to dive or we thought it was going in and he made some save to keep it out. I just can't think of it for this entire game, and that's what the Governors need. They need a few of those opportunities up there to get some of those.
Riker Upton has certainly put the pressure on Carter Templeton between the pipes for the Govs. Miles Wright, the only goal scorer for either side today, has given the Harrisburg Tigers the 1-0 lead. The Govs playing from behind again. They are no stranger from playing from behind, but with the game getting into the waning minutes like it is here, the temperature picking up a little bit. This one will be cleared all the way back to Josh Jimenez. Aiden Bass was giving chase, but Jimenez got to it first. Caden Ling is checked back in for the Tigers. Nice play by Everett Norton to steal that possession away. Rolled through for Bass, but too far out in front. Jacoby LaRoche will control at midfield. Dumps to the far side. Was looking for, looked like Caden Ahart's.
Yeah, Caden was over there on that far side trying to get a little 1v1 action for Caden.
Tegan Ryan plays through. Majority of this match has been played right here at midfield. Just like Ryan Byer likes it. This one dumped in by Miles Wright. Will bounce once and come to the waiting hands of Carter Templeton. He'll secure it in the left arm, run forward, keep his momentum, and boot it away. Looking for Caden Aharts. That takes a high hop off the freshly cut grass here at the Pilk. And God bless you to Chris Derry.
Apologize.
No need. Got a doubleheader here. We're going to have a sneeze at some point, especially after they mowed the lawn here at the Pilk. There's allergies up. Back and forth again at midfield. Now controlled by LaRoche. LaRoche with a little bit of space. Trying to work free from the defender, Eli Hutton. Can't do it. What a gorgeous tackle from Eli Hutton as he stays on his feet. Now pushes Jacoby LaRoche to the turf. Cubs will get it back. LaRoche with a quick placement. And now Thielsen making sure that Eli Hutton clears out the area. Looked like he wanted to stay in front of that free kick for Jacoby LaRoche. Thielsen wasn't having it. Just one thrown out in front, and a couple bodies in green jerseys there for it, but the only one to claim it was Josh Jimenez.
Yeah, that's one of those balls that just kind of squirts out there, and you're like, please, someone put a foot on it.
Under 12 minutes to play here in the second half. As things continue to tighten up for the Govs. You have to start pressing here at some point when we get under double-digit minutes to play. This is a team that can score in an instant. As down to the turf goes Everett Norton. Will set up another free kick from inside midfield in the offensive half for the Govs. Searching around, who's going to take it here for Pierre? Looks like it'll be Jacoby LaRoche. Everybody set up on Josh Jimenez's right. Our vantage point to the left. LaRoche sends it in, up in the air. Bodies go tumbling down to the turf. Josh Jimenez, one of those bodies. Alex Odakoven is up out of the scrum. In the midst of all of that, the ball rolled past the end line, and now Josh Jimenez is laying on his back. And he might have to be tended to by the Avera medical team. So now they're going to check on Josh Jimenez. All sorts of things going on with our power today. The power's been pulled 3 times. The clock has died. We are at under 12 minutes to play. Josh Jimenez says he's good to go, but he's still sprawled out on his back in a starfish position. And I don't know if he thinks he's wasting more time, but the clock is stopped. Josh Jimenez has given the thumbs up now twice that he's good to go. And so now they're checking and saying that they do need to take him out. Chris, I'm going to check on and make sure we've got the correct goalkeeper. If you want to talk a little strategy here, Jimenez up and hobbling around. So we'll check, and now Jimenez is going to go back down to his backside.
Yeah, and right now Jimenez came out, got it at his highest point that he could, and unfortunately with all those big bodies crashing in on him, he got in there and he sacrificed himself is the best way to put it. So your hope is nothing serious. You hope he just came down a little bit awkwardly and he'll be back in the game like everyone else. But for Harrisburg right now, you got a JV goalkeeper coming in. I don't know how much he's been under fire, how much testing he's had. But this is where Coach Byer's system is going to be tested, because they haven't had any really clean shots on goal. And with a new goalkeeper, your JV goalkeeper coming in, you don't want to start giving up the shots now. So Ryan needs to lock down that defense. Wouldn't be surprised if he drops another defender back to help him out and keep the ball at the top of the 18 or further out.
It'll be Kaysen Gaz, the new goalkeeper for the Tigers, to check in, but Josh Jimenez is still laying down back behind the net, now finally being helped up to his feet. He gave the thumbs up signal a couple different times, but he never moved from his backside, as we're still getting things sorted out. But now this kind of changes things here for the Tigers. You're, like you said, going in with your JV goalkeeper, Kaysen Gaz. I don't think Jimenez will be able to return. I mean, there's only about 11 minutes or so left to play in this match. And now you've got to rely on a guy who's coming off the bench cold to make some big saves in a situation where you know the Govs are going to be pressing.
Yeah, and the Govs need to press. Coming in, goalkeeper, no warm-up time. Play the JV game, has cooled completely down. It's just been enjoying the game. Coming in, put into fire. Governors need to press numbers forward and test them with some shots.
Clock was stopped during that whole scenario unfolding. Just hope that Josh Jimenez is okay. Harrisburg will turn this one over right to Alex Odakoven. And you got to think that the offense here for the Govs maybe licking their chops knowing a new goalkeeper's back there. That is, if they can seem to find an opportunity to get out in front of the net.
Yeah, and like I said, Coach Ryan, he's going to drop another guy back, and if you look out there, he's got 4 back with a guy right in front, so he's basically playing a 5-back system to get numbers back there to protect his JV goalkeeper and protect this 1-goal lead with the JV goalkeeper. So we'll see how this next 10 minutes goes. This is going to be a real big test for Coach Ryan's Harrisburg team, and the Governor's taking advantage of it.
Officially under 10 minutes to play here in the second half. Tigers out in front 1-0. It was Miles Wright to score the lone goal here today. Harrisburg is working short-handed as Kaysen Gauze is checked in for Josh Jimenez. And well, I wish the news was better. Jimenez still on the cart, and he is looking like he is in a huge sum of pain. Can hardly put any weight on that ankle. This ball is thrown in, popped out of play, over the net as Carter Templeton dunks on the crossbar above him. So much so, rattled the entire frame. As Harrisburg still just wasting seconds away wherever they can. Ball thrown in, pushed forward, still in that defensive zone, and then now finally booted out of play. This one will finally get into the hands of Carter Templeton. He'll be able to get it back to his Pierre Governor offense.
And the Governors have made a little adjustment. You see Odakoven, he's back in the midfield now, and they've pushed Jacoby LaRoche up front. They're looking for Jacoby to be that striker that he is the rest of the year for club soccer. Jacoby is a very dangerous number 9 up front, so this ought to be very interesting to see if Coach Byer makes any adjustments, because he knows how dangerous Jacoby is.
We're not at the point yet where the Govs are just hoping to get out of here with a draw and could still win this game. Of course, they would need 2 goals and need to keep the Tigers scoreless in these final 9 minutes of play. However, we're running out of time, and I think best case scenario is getting closer and closer at the Governors split this, find that equalizer, and pick up a couple extra seed points with a draw rather than be held scoreless with a loss.
Yeah, exactly. And Coach Ryan pulled off number 21 for Harrisburg there. Eli, I believe, is his name.
That's correct, Eli Hutton.
Eli, he pulled off Eli, had a conversation with him about what he wants to see back there on defense, and had a quick conversation, and last thing he said as he was running on there, get him organized. So Ryan right now, he knows what he needs to do. We need to lock it down. No dangerous shots on our JV keeper. And for the Governors, they've pushed Jacoby forward. Caden's pushed forward. They're pushing their scoring weapons forward to try to get that game-tying goal and maybe a game winner. Do some late-game heroics like the girls.
Ball out in front of the Governor's net, cleared out momentarily, shot on goal, catches Carter Templeton by surprise. The rebound is dumped into the back of the net. It's Andre Sengos, but wait just a moment. A flag is up and the Tigers were offside, so the Governors can breathe a deep sigh of relief. Sengos still celebrating, hasn't seen the flag up just yet. What looked to be a 2-0 dagger stays at 1-0. And a big cheer from the now fan section that is made up of the Pierre Governor varsity girls squad. Happy to see that goal come off the board. Gales Gas Service scoreboard still reads 1-0, Tigers out in front. But the Govs stay in this thanks to the late flag drawn up on the offsides by the Tigers.
Yeah, and they got lucky right there because they were disorganized back there, and they had that number 13 up front was just sniffing around looking for an opening and found it, but he was offside luckily. So Governors need to take advantage of this, get in that attack and do some things.
Yeah, it was a good save by Templeton on the initial shot on goal, but it had such pace behind it that it bounced off of his hands, and a rebound opportunity presented itself for Sengos, but like Chris said, he was offside. Tigers will have the free kick in their offensive zone, about 20 yards inside of the midline. Sent forward by Liam Weedy out in front of the net off the head of Height. One-timer shot just sails wide for Kalen Moen. That was a beautiful touch and a cracker from Moen, but it caught the piece, I believe, of Lucas Height on its way by, which just deflected it enough to send it wide of the net, but it will set up a corner kick here for the Harrisburg Tigers.
Yeah, and I think Carter's happy it came off of Lucas there, because it was going low corner, and Carter couldn't see it with all the people in front of him. So dangerous opportunity thwarted by Lucas Height.
And even if he had seen it, would have been an incredibly tough save to make for Templeton in a kind of a no-man's land spot. Corner coming in, and it's darted right directly to Templeton. He climbs the ladder, snags it out of the air. 5.5 minutes to play here in the second half. Governors looking for the tying goal. Who is it going to be if they can find it? Nice job there by Rylan Enns to kick that one out of play. Gives the Tigers the opportunity to set back up. And Alex Odakoven had that one bounce off of his hand. The official didn't see it, so they play on. Will bump through to Eli Hutton. Mistouch by Hutton. Will fall directly to Hekmat Gasnavi, but strong touch by Gasnavi gave Stephen Lamont the chance to clear it out. It'll get all the way back to Carter Templeton. Pushed forward, sun setting here on this Thursday evening, and possibly the sun setting on this losing streak for the Tigers. They've lost 5 in a row. They're looking to win for the first time since August 15th. Shot gets through, and Kaysen Goss will get his first save, and it was pretty routine as it was kind of deflected loose and bounced right to him. But good for Goss. He gets his hands dirty here for the first time, and he'll get his first boot. Well, under 5 minutes to play here. Pertel Allegre pushing it. Dumps it here to the near side outside of the box for Aharts. Aharts turns back in. Good angle. Out in front. Odakoven missed the touch. Gasnavi was there, but it was deflected up off of a Harrisburg defender. Still out in front and loose. But now finally cleared through. And we've got a whistle.
Got a PK call.
And a big moment coming here that occurred inside the box. And now Kaysen Goss is going to have a huge moment for him as we check the clock. 4:02 remaining in the game for this penalty kick up coming for the Govs, and it'll be Jacoby LaRoche to take it against the JV keeper and Kaysen Goss. Chris, did you see what happened there to warrant the PK?
I think it was a handball, but it's 60 yards away from me, and
a lot of bodies were out in front.
And a lot of bodies there, but I think it was a handball based on the reaction of the players out there. A very tough call against Harrisburg late in the game. Very good call for the Governors. So now can Jacoby capitalize on it to get the draw and make this final 4 minutes pressure-packed.
Jacoby LaRoche will take the penalty kick here for the Govs. He approaches, right-footed kick, finds the back of the net. Bottom right corner, we're tied at 1. Jacoby LaRoche takes advantage, full advantage of the handball, we believe. Kaysen Goss, nothing he could do about that one. Perfectly placed penalty kick from Jacoby LaRoche ties us at 1 on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard.
I don't think it would have mattered who was in net for the Harrisburg Tigers. That was a extremely well-placed penalty kick, low 90 corner. I mean, it's stuck in the corner down there. So great job, Jacoby. Now we're tied up. 4 minutes, 30 seconds, I believe, to go, somewhere in that ballpark. This is going to be an exciting 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
It sure is. And what a turn of events. You know, Harrisburg had played such a clean game. You almost feel for Ryan Byer and his team, who just kind of had the inadvertent call there, but the Governors will take it. They won't apologize for it. Jacoby LaRoche, he still had to put it in the back of the net, and he did just that. Tied at 1, under 4 minutes to play here in the final half of our doubleheader. Ball bouncing out in front. And one of those the official bird of South Dakota, the mosquito, flew into my mouth mid-broadcast. We're just getting everything thrown at us here today. Power outages.
Yeah, and it's the hardest thing in the world to do is when you're out here talking, the mosquitoes decide, oh, there's a good place to fly. So all of us feel for you right there, Justin. But right now the Governors collecting themselves. They need to get this ball back to the offensive half, put more pressure on there, get another goal, and win this game in the final couple minutes, and show the girls that they're not the only team that can come from behind in the final 6 minutes.
Well, still trying to fight that mosquito free. Sorry, folks. It's just been one of those days, you know.
We're all everyone that's here with you, Justin, feels for you. Trust me.
So we're under 3 minutes to go, and we'll get a clock stoppage here. Wondering if a mosquito flew in the mouth of one of our officials, and he's taking care of that. But this has been an intense game, and a big thank you to our great camera operator, Caleb Brozick, for dropping off some water to make sure I can clear my throat before these final couple minutes of play.
Yeah, and Jeff Peterson, the AR over there, called over Dave to give a yellow card. Not 100% sure for what, but I'm assuming dissent. Since there isn't anything that I saw physically. It was during a stoppage. So another yellow card, another player having to come off for Ryan and get things organized.
And it was Riker Upton who got the yellow card. Throw-in coming from the Tigers. Lofted in, bouncing out in front, headed out by Caden Aharts, popped up by Oda Coven. And now the Governors with a newfound sense of life, maybe trying to run down and win this thing in the final couple minutes.
Yeah, and they need to keep the foot on the gas. Don't settle for the tie. You're having success with Caden and Jacoby up there. If it was me, I'm leaving them up there, trying to find them and get that ball up to them and let them create some dangerous opportunities.
Tegan Ryan turns it back to Eli Hutton. Sean Blanchette trying to implore his guys to a victory. Ball around at midfield, taken away by James Hart. Push forward for Caden Aharts. Can he get that speed there? Kazan Gaz coming out of the net, still loose. Out in front of the semicircle and cleared out by Rylan Enns.
Great defense by the Harrisburg defender right there. Did everything he needed to do to help his keeper out. His keeper did a great job coming out. Caden tried to get a little touch on it to get by and just couldn't get her done. But great job all the way around, offense and defense there.
Kalen Moen will take the free kick from in front of his own bench. Right-footed boot sends it out in front of the Governor net. Bouncing around, still loose, shot on goal, just sails wide, and the Harrisburg bench was ready to erupt. Boy, that looked good from our vantage point, but just sailed wide of Carter Templeton, and now the Govs will push. Final couple minutes here. Action-packed here at the Pilk. Taken down by Moen. Moen pushes it forward. Carter Norton off his thigh, settled down by Andre Sengos, and he'll boot it high above the cross guard, much to the dismay of Ryan Byer. We are under a minute to go. Looking like we're going to get away with a draw here. And I can't wait to hear Sean Blanchette's final thoughts. If they could just close out this final minute of play, booted high into the sky by Lucas Height. Blanchette wanting his team to communicate. Final couple seconds. Ticking away here. Templeton will field the loose ball, set it down. Maybe time for one final push from the Govs. It's blocked away by the Tigers. Ball rattling around on some deflections. Pertel Allegre up the near sideline. Towards the middle for Ghaznavi. Played forward, blocked by Enns. Ghaznavi trying to settle. Enns off the leg of Ghaznavi. No whistle yet. Pushed back towards midfield. LaRoche will fight with a couple Tigers. This one kicked forward. Miles Wright giving chase. Two slide tackling Governors come in. LaRoche and Height. And a whistle. And that's the game. What a finish it was. Tigers looked like they were going to get out of here with just their second win on the season. But they do technically snap the 5-game losing streak with the 1-1 draw. We'll recap all of it for you in the Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show when we return. A lot to get to. Player of the game, big play of the game coming up. We'll We'll get to all of it after this short break on River 92.7.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
Fall sports are here, and Beck Motor Company is proud to cheer on our local athletes. Just like teamwork on the field or court, you can count on teamwork at our dealership. Whether you're driving a new Chevy Equinox, a tough Chevy Silverado, or keeping your current ride in top shape with our service department, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. Good luck to all our hometown teams this season. From your friends at Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com, 605-224-5912.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season, and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
You gotta make you play. We'll love to
Welcome into the Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show, round number 2 here on this gorgeous Thursday evening as the sun is setting across the Pilk. We finished with a 1-1 draw, and it was an action-packed 1-1 draw. Not a lot of scoring, but a ton to talk about, Chris Derry, and that was quite the finish it was, and I'm sure we'll be able to talk to Sean Blanchett about his viewpoints on the game. But you know what? As the game went on, game you go into probably expecting to win, definitely wanting to win, but I think with the way that the game went, as tough of a team as that Harrisburg Tigers team is, got to feel pretty good with coming out not on the losing end of this if you're the Govs. Like I said, he's not going to be happy about not winning, but the way that your team played, not your best game, didn't play your soccer. Harrisburg, a very formidable opponent. I think a 1-1 draw is about best case scenario with today's action, Chris.
Yeah, I said at the very beginning of the game, this is going to be a test of two styles. Ryan Byer's style versus Sean Blanchett's style, and for most of the game, Ryan Byer's style won. And it's going to be a good coaching, lots of good coaching tools for Sean after this game to break down film, look at it, show his guys where they could have attacked, how they could have attacked a team like that, because that's not the first time they're going to see that. Won't be the last time, and they just need to take this game. It wasn't a loss. Obviously, a tie they're going to feel disappointed in, but in saying that, it was a tie. They fought till the end, and Sean's got to be happy about that.
So let's recap the scoring for you. It was Miles Wright who got the Tigers on the board with the first goal of the game. It was 1-0 for a while. We'll get to the second goal in a little bit because I want to set something up. Before we do that, I want to tell you that you can listen to all of our broadcasts live on drgnews.com by watching the streams on the respective station pages. You can listen live on the radio, or you can download the DRG News app by downloading that and bouncing around from game to game. We often have a lot of broadcasts going on at once, so if you want to tune into a couple different games, download the DRG News app. You can go station to station, make your listening experience much more streamlined and much more enjoyable. A lot of folks headed away from the PILC. South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you to text or drive. There is no and. You've got some place to be. Now it's time to get to our Hermanson Endodontics big play of the game. It will be the second goal of the game. Before we do that, let's talk to our friends at Hermanson Endodontics.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
And our Hermanson Endodontics big play of the game was our second goal of the game, and it came in the 76th minute. It was Jacoby LaRoche penalty kick that tied the game up at 1 apiece. It felt like the Tigers were going to get out of here with the win and snap their 5-game losing streak, but it was not to be. What we believe was a handball out in front of the net, and backup goalie who had to come in for Josh Jimenez, who was injured, Kaysen Gaz, was thrown into the fire. He had to stop and try to stop the penalty kick from Jacoby LaRoche. Could not do so. Jacoby LaRoche got the game-tying goal, and that was our Hermanson Endodontics big play of the game. We're going to step away for one more break. When we come back, the best segment of our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show, our player of the game, sponsored by Cowboy Country Stores. We'll be back after this short break to hand out the t-shirt, hopefully talk to Coach Blanchette and get you out of here on this Thursday evening. You're listening to the post-game show live on River 92.7 and streaming on drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The Garage Doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
At Avera Orthopedics, we're transforming pain into possibility every day. Whether you're chasing a personal best or simply want to enjoy life to the fullest, our specialized care is designed to help you feel better and stronger. We're here for you. No referral needed. Trust Avera Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio, Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Welcome back into the Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. I'm Justin Coward alongside Chris Derry for our final segment. We're watching Coach Sean Blanchette have an impassioned speech with his team, hoping he can come over and talk to us. In the interim, let's hand out our Cowboy Country Stores Player of the Game t-shirt. Before we do that, let's hear a word from our great friends over at Cowboy Country Stores.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, Champs Chicken, and more. Feed the family while on the go. Then treat yourself to a soft serve ice cream in cones and dishes. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores. Euclid and Harrison Avenue in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
And our Cowboy Country Stores player of the game goes to the Pierre Governors goalkeeper, Carter Templeton. He did allow one goal, but man, did he make a handful of saves that if it weren't for Templeton, if it were a lot of other goalkeepers around the state, this might not end up as a draw for the Pierre Governors. It might come up as a very tough loss.
Yeah, Carter stood on his, we like to say stood on his head. He stood on his head quite a few times out there, taking away some great opportunities for Harrisburg. He got big in the first half. I believe it was in the first 5 minutes. Harrisburg got in there, got behind. Number 11 for Harrisburg got in, and Carter came out and made the one-on-one save, and a couple minutes later made another great save. If it wasn't for Carter in those first couple minutes, it very easily could have been 1, maybe 2-0. They were down, so it was good to see him do what he did. He made a lot of big, great saves for the team to keep them in. But at the end of the day, one got by. That was a great shot. He couldn't save everything, but the Governors came back. But Carter definitely earned player of the game honors.
So let's take a look ahead while we wait on Coach Sean Blanchette to finish his final thoughts with his team. Take a look ahead for the Harrisburg Tigers. Their next game will be coming up September 16th. They will be on the road against O'Gorman for an 8 o'clock start. The Pierre Governors will be on the road this weekend, going on the road to take on Brandon Valley. That will be a doubleheader with the Governor girls as well. The girls will play the second game of the afternoon. The boys will get things started on Saturday. It'll be a 12 o'clock kick for the boys, and for the girls, a 2 p.m. kick. And Chris, you and I are going to do our best time-killing strategies while we try to coax Sean Blanchette over. But, we always look for the possibilities of, what teams can take away from this. I'm sure we'll hear about that from Sean Blanchette. But I think above all else, pretty good to see everybody kind of getting out unscathed. This became a more physical game as the game wore on. We saw a couple guys going down and getting injured, but luckily for the Govs, we don't know the status of Josh Jimenez. We can only hope that he's all right. And, for Case and Gauze, I think even if Jimenez were in between the pipes on that penalty kick by Jacoby LaRoche, it's still a 1-1 game. That was not on Case and Gauze, the backup goalkeeper, for letting that goal in. That was just a perfectly placed penalty kick by Jacoby LaRoche. But for the most part, for the Govs, most of the guys that we saw go down and dealing with those injuries, we saw check back into the game. But this game was a lot more physical throughout the final second half of things, and good to see everybody get out somewhat unscathed as Sean Blanchette makes his way over. And we promise Coach Sean Blanchette will keep this quick, as we know he's ready to get out. But Coach, from the start, Harrisburg, when you look at their schedule, they've lost their last 5 games, but they've been in every game and they've lost to good opponents. It seemed like you knew that this was going to be a tough test for your guys today.
Oh, absolutely. I have a lot of respect for Coach Byer, and I know that they are 1-5 on the season coming into this game. But if you look at the results they've had, they've been pretty tight. They've been playing people pretty tight, and quite frankly, if I judge our game against their game, Harrisburg played like they wanted to win from the opening whistle, and we were just out there. I didn't feel like we played with a lot of urgency, a lot of purpose, and they pressed us and they pressed us and they pressed us, and we just didn't ever seem to get our energy up to match what they were doing. So, they just came out to win, and Harrisburg boys did a great job. They played with a winning effort.